welcome to Raycadash Blender, and today we are going to start this fairy scene that I created a couple of weeks ago. I just want to warn you, I'm not particularly good at Blender, but I like messing around with it. So let's jump into it. So I'm in this new startup file. So what I'm going to do first is select the camera and the light. So hold down Shift and select them. Press M, create a new collection, and I'm going to call it Cam and Light and create. So here now you can see they are in a new folder. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hide them. So click on that eye icon and it makes them disappear. Right, next thing, I'm going to delete this cube. Click on it to select, press X and delete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Shift A to add, and I'm going to add a circle. And here you can see there's 32 vertices, and that's fine, but I'm going to change the size, 3 meters radius. So that's altogether 6 meters in every direction. Okay, now I'm going to press Tab, and that will take us to edit mode, so you can see it here that it changed. And make sure all the vertices are selected. So you should be in vertex mode, which is here. If you're not, just click on it or press 1. And now I'm going to press 1 on my numpad, and that will take us to front view. And what I'm going to do is press E to extrude on the Z and just extrude it out to about this much. So now you can see we have this ring, and I want to fill this out. So what I'm gonna do is go to Face up here and click on Grid Fill. And now you can see it's filled it out for us. Okay, great. But how are we going to make this a ground? Because right now it's very straight, as you can see it, and it does not look like a grassy ground. So I'm going to go to Mesh, Transform, Randomize. And you can already see that the vertices are in a random position, and that's great. So what I'll do is maybe do a loop cut here as well and do another randomize. So Mesh, Transform, Randomize, and maybe we can make this a little bit more random like that. And that's perfect. Right, press Tab, go back to object mode, and you can see we have the ground here, and it looks quite nice. So what I want to do now is press Ctrl 1, and that adds a subdivision surface modifier to my ground. It's only on one level, but that should be enough. And what I'm going to do is press Shade Smooth, and now you can see it's nice and smooth. Okay, great. So my scene is texture painted, so we want to set up the scene for a start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the shading workspace. And you can see we have an HDRI here. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to organize my scene a little bit. I bring this down. So you see this crosshair, pull it down, and this will join the areas. And this one, I'm going to change to the shader editor. Press N to make that window disappear. And this one is going to be my UV editor. But don't worry about this one for now. So first, I am going to add another HDRI. At the moment, we have the standard one that Blender has. So here, click on World, press Shift A to add Texture, Environment Texture. So what I did here is I went to polyhaven.com. So here you can download HDRIs for free. The one I have chosen is this one. So the Kloppenheim 0 to Pure Sky. I wanted sort of a night light, not too dark and with quite nice sharp shadows. So click on it and then you go to download. The 2K resolution should be enough, and then you just download it to your computer. So I already have it downloaded, so I'm going to open my folder and just click on it and open image. And now what I do is I'll plug it into the background. And if you go to your render view, then you can see that you have the HDRI loaded up. It doesn't show for my material preview mode because I don't have the scene world ticked. So I'm going to take scene light and scene world And now you can see it in my material preview mode as well. Now, also, I'm going to click on this and press Ctrl T, and this will add a mapping node and a texture coordinate node. For you to be able to do this, you just have to go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, type in Node Wrangler and tick it. And if you don't have the Node Wrangler installed, just go to Get Extensions and download it. Search for it, Node Wrangler. It's not going to show up for me because I already have it. But here you can search for it and click on install and it will install it for you for free. And then here, make sure it's ticked. Okay, so what I want to do is this spot where it's really bright, I want to sort of turn it away from the back. So something like this, that should be fine. Also, I find it a little bit distractive that I can see it now. So I'm going to the render properties, go to film and click on transparent, and that will make the picture disappear, but I can still see the shadows and the lights on my scene. Okay, great. Right, now I'm gonna go to the UV editing workspace. You can see it's already put me into edit mode. I'm just going to bring down the window so I can still see my shader editor. So first of all, I'm going to go back to object mode, select my object, add the new material. I'm going to call it green grass, and I want to give it a color, and I sort of want it to be greenish turquoise color like this one. I can't see it because I'm in solid view, so let's go there into material preview mode. Now, I want it to be a little bit more grassy, but still turquoise, and I want it to be darker, so something like this. I think that looks good. Here you can see the code if you want the exact same color, but it's absolutely up to you what you choose. And I'm going to bring up the roughness so you can see it's not as shiny anymore. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go into edit mode and press A. That will select my whole object. And what I need is to make a UV map. So what I'm going to do is press my U button, click on Smart UV Project, and just change the island margin to about 3. Maybe we can go up to 6. And then click on Unwrap. And here you can see it unwrapped my object. So this is the 2D version of this 3D object. So that looks great. I just zoomed in, and what we need is to create a new texture image. So I'm going to click on new. I'm going to call it green grass, and I am going to change the resolution to 2048, but you don't need to do that unless you want a little bit of better resolution. And I'm going to untick the alpha. Create new image. Now what we want is to plug this image into our principled BSDF. So I'm going to click Shift A to add the texture, and we are not adding an environment texture this time, we are adding an image texture. So pop it here, press N if this window pops up because we don't need it. Now what we need is click on this drop-down menu and choose green grass and just plug it in. Now probably it turned black, but that's fine. Now we go to the texture paint drop down, or you can go here as well. Again, you can just bring down this window and this one, change it to the shader editor, and this one stays. It can be image editor or UV editor. Image editor is good because you can paint on this as well as a 2D object. I don't really use it, but in the image editor, we will need to save the image the moment we made any changes to it. Again, we have this little window here. Just press N to make it disappear. I'm going to select all of this, press G to grab and bring it here. Maybe this one can come a little bit closer. That's fine. Okay, so here we are in a texture painting workspace. So you can click here and choose your brushes. So you can choose an airbrush, a blur brush, clone, an eraser. I don't really use the erasers. We have a fill brush, and then we have a paint hard pressure, which changes the hardness depending on how hard you're pressing your graphics tablet or your pen to the graphics tablet. We have a paint soft and a paint soft pressure, and we have a smear brush. So you can use your mouse, but I would recommend to get a graphics tablet or a drawing tablet. What I use, it's a very cheap tablet called One by Wacom. I bought it years and years ago and it's working absolutely fine. It's a small size and I believe you can buy it for about 50 euros or $50. So it's really not that expensive and I think it's really worth to invest some money into it. Right, so first of all, I'm going to choose my fill brush and make sure that your texture is selected here. And this is where your brush settings are. So in the tool, you can see your brush settings. So I'm in the fill brush right now. The blend is mix. That's what we need right now. And I'm going to choose this color, same chose before, and then just click on the object and it will fill it for me. Now I have a glitch in my Blender. So in my image editor, sometimes these lines appear. If I zoom in, they disappear. Right, so I might want this to be a little bit darker like this. So you can see it turned green. So I'm going to save this image. Click on save, green grass PNG, and save as image. And now if you click here, this is how it's going to look like when you render it out. I'm just going to change my render engine to Cycles and use my GPU and click on denoise. So I'm going to work in Cycles because I think it's a better render engine, but you can work in Eevee, that's absolutely fine. Okay, great. Now, just to make you aware that if you're in your rendered view, then you won't be seeing any changes. So if you're painting anything, let's go to choose this, the hard brush. If you paint anything like a line, you won't be able to see it in the rendered view. You can see it in your 2D image, but not in the rendered view. So you need to go back to material preview mode to be able to see. And there's my line, which I don't want. So I press Ctrl Z. Okay, so what do I want? So first of all, I'm going to use my paint soft brush, bring down the strength to around 0.3 and make this color a little bit darker. And also I'm going to add it to my color palette. So I just clicked on a new palette. I'm not bothered with naming it. I'm only going to use one palette and then just add this color to it. Now I'm going to make my brush size a little bit smaller. Okay, so what I want to do is to paint on my object, but as I'm noticing, it doesn't paint. So it might be because my face orientation is not set up. So it's basically inside out. So let's click on this. Yes, it turned red. So that means it's painting on the inside of it, or at least it wants to. So I'm gonna go into edit mode, press Shift N, and it changed the face orientation, so it's not red anymore. Go back to the texture paint, and now if you start painting, you can see the color changes. So I'm just making this part a little bit darker, although it's not going to be visible in my scene, but I just want to do that to show you how to texture paint. So I'm just using the soft brush, just sort of coloring the side of my scene. And then I'm gonna go to top view, make my brush nice and big, and just darken the top a little bit. That looks fine. Now, what I want to do is I want to use a texture brush. So I'm gonna go to the texture mask tab and add a new texture. Let's call it grass yellow, or grass noise. And now, if you go to the texture tab and click on this drop-down menu, you can see the texture we have created. And what we want is change the image or movie tab to noise. Now, if you go back to your tools, you're going to paint with this texture mask. So let me just show you. So if I bring this down to black, you can see it's painting here you go. Now, if you zoom in, you can see there's sort of like this noise that's created and it looks more grassy-like. So I'm just going to do the edges as well. And in the middle, I want it to be darker. So press F, that's how you change the size of your brush. And in the middle, I want it to be quite dark. And now I'm going to bring it up here and choose a sort of yellowy green color. Bring down the strength a little bit and just going to paint some brighter color onto my grass on the edges and maybe here as well. Maybe this is a little bit too weak. Okay, just going through with it. Maybe make this a little bit brighter here. Just a little bit there as well. I mean, you don't need to make it too detailed, it's fine. So what we want to do is, I mean, it's not really necessary, as I said before, but we just want to do it here as well. But it's not necessary because the sides are not going to be visible, as I said it before. So just want to paint on that. So now we have a grassy platform. Let's just fix this edge. Let's make this a little bit brighter. And here we go. I mean, now I'm just going overboard because this is really not necessary. Okay, right. So once you're happy with your platform, just click on Image, Save, and now if you have a look at rendered view, there's your grassy little platform. Be just here a little bit. Maybe there as well. And every time you make a change, make sure that you save the image. Okay, and if you don't want to use this texture anymore, all you have to do is click X here, and this will delete your texture brush. Okay, great. So there you have it. I can go back to layout mode or even the shading workspace, and there's my grassy platform. Looks great. So in the next lecture, I'm going to teach you how to create some trees that we can put on this grassy platform. Great. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see the rest of it, then hit the subscribe button, click on like, and leave a comment if you would have done anything differently. Thanks for watching. See you next time.